It's such a nice place.
Tobago Carnival, we're right here. We're not leaving it, we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, is rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real titans of soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy.
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and sponsors, and most importantly, our beloved communities, welcome to the Tobago Heritage Festival 2024. As we embark on the 37th year of this festival, our theme is We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. We are bringing back iconic events such as Yesterday's Children, Belmana Riots, and the Courtship Codes. We want to highlight the importance of coming back to our roots, celebrating the people and the communities that make Tobago so special. Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we say, we come back to our true essence. We want to encourage each and every one of you to continue to support our cultural development and preservation in any way that you can. Your support is truly invaluable. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact that will be felt for generations to come. Thank you and see you in July.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and excitement that I address you to officially launch the 2024 Tobago Heritage Festival. The Tobago Heritage Festival is not just an event, it is a journey back to our roots. This year's theme, We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. It captures the true essence of revitalizing the culture and traditions that have shaped our identity for generations. This year marks the 37th successful hosting of the festival, and we are proud to officially dub the month of July as Tobago Heritage Month, a time when our island comes alive with rhythms, flavors, and stories of our ancestors. The festival continues to offer an unparalleled opportunity for economic growth on the island. Every stakeholder, from local artisan and vendor to hospitality businesses and transportation services, stand to benefit. Our vibrant cultural displays will attract visitors, boost tourism, and provide a significant economic uplift to the island. The heart of this festival beats in our communities. We are empowering each village to manage its own productions to ensure authenticity and sustainability. The Tobago Festival Commissions Limited and the Tobago House of Assembly are here to support you, fostering an environment where our heritage can flourish sustainably. As we embark on this journey, let us celebrate the essence of Tobago. Let us honor our heritage and support our communities as we showcase the vibrant culture that makes our island unique. Thank you.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. It is Thursday, 27th June 2024, and we're coming to you live from the Port Mall here in Scarborough, Tobago. I am Adana Kumbi, and this is the day that the Lord has made, and we will rejoice and be glad in it, for He has given us another day above ground, and so we should be thankful. Yes, we're so happy to be coming to you this morning. As usual, it's always a privilege and an honor to be coming to you as you go about your morning routine every day as you get ready for school, for work. Today we're always so happy to be coming to you here and bringing you the information as it relates to things happening in and around Tobago. But before we get into all the interesting conversations this morning, we head on over to the news in 90 seconds.
The news is brought to you by Standards. At Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Adana. Here is your news in 90 seconds for Thursday, June 27th, 2024. Chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Martin George, gave a mixed review of the THA budget presented for fiscal 2025. He praised the reduction in recurrent expenditure from 88% and welcomed the planned increase in infrastructural projects on the island. George expressed concerns about the $3.956 billion request, arguing it should reflect Tobago's 5.0% population share, not 5.8% of the national budget. He also criticized the budget for lacking a solid revenue increasing plan, noting that the projected income of $214 million was insufficient compared to the budgeted amount. Up next, the Tobago Division of Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce launched an interactive website to support business development. Chairman Curtis Williams noted that this initiative, the first of its kind in Tobago, responded to members' requests for more support. Chamber member Jason Arthur, who developed the site, explained that it provides resources such as webinars, mentoring, job posting, and business profiles for all business owners. The website, an extension of the Tobago Business Advisory Services, launched in 2023, aimed to prepare Tobago's private sector for success and will be fully operational by the end of June. And finally, UNC leader Kamala Prasad Bisesa criticized the government's dealing with Indian businessman Navin Jindal, questioning if Venezuelan influence led to Jindal's potential purchase of Point-of-Pear refinery. She raised concerns about Jindal's alleged corruption charges and claims the government was unaware of these accusations. Prasad Bisesa suggested the refinery deal was politically motivated and hinted at a Venezuela-Trinidad Indian connection, possibly circumventing U.S. sanctions on Venezuelan oil. Energy Minister Stuart Young rebutted, stating that all dealings have been transparent and in compliance with U.S. regulations. He denied any coveted or backdoor negotiations involving Venezuela. And that was your news in 90 seconds.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Thank you, Biana, for our news there in 90 seconds. And of course, talking there about the budget again, I guess it will be a topic of discussion for a little while. I know that the response is coming today from the minority leader in the House, so we're looking forward to see what his strong points would be this morning. I know he mentioned in previous conversations that he didn't see anything in terms of income generating aspect of the budget.
Yes.
And so that is happening today. What do you expect? What other points do you expect him to speak on, Biana, or do you think that he might speak on this morning as well?
Well, as you said, his key points was nothing was in the budget for generating income. I hope that he probably would bring suggestions, and I'm not sure, but let's wait to see what will happen.
You know, it's always exciting and interesting when we have these types of conversations here in the Tobago space, especially even as we present the budget, we still have to take it to central government to see what they agree with and what they release in terms of what we can have and how we, you know, use the resources that we have available to us. So we're looking forward to see what's going to happen today in the House, and then further when it is submitted on
central government.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Biana, so much. Do have a wonderful day.
You too.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're always so happy when you choose us here on the morning show. And of course, it's time for us to say happy birthday to a few of you. We head on over to our birthday shout-outs. And celebrating a birthday today, it's none other than the beautiful, the wonderful, and the pretty. Coming from all of us here at Tobago Updates Television, we want to say happy birthday going out to you this morning. Veronica Janice George, celebrating a birthday there today, and we want to pray God's blessings upon your life. We do pray that you enjoy your day today, that you enjoy the love and all the celebration that comes with a birthday. And as we head on into the weekend, that of course the celebration will continue then as well. Next up, we have Carissa Small. Carissa Small is also celebrating a birthday today. And Carissa, we want to wish you God's blessings upon your life. We pray that as you enter this new chapter and this new phase of your life, that you live in joy and peace, and that you do really get to enjoy and experience the love that comes with celebrating a birthday. So happy birthday to you. And of course, to all our celebrants, those of you who are viewing from wherever you are, if you have a birthday today, we want to wish you happy, happy birthday. We pray God's blessings upon your life. We pray that as you enter this new chapter, that you see the hand of God upon your life. Remember to give him thanks because he is the one who has sustained you even until now. So happy birthday to all of you. All right, you might be wondering, who are we having conversations with this morning in studio? And we start off our conversations by speaking with Mr. Max James, former assemblyman. We're speaking on the topic of the Tobago House of Assembly budget. Yes, that topic is still fresh, and we will speak on that as much as we can to ensure that we get some sort of perspective on it. So we're going to have that conversation this morning. And we also speak with Mr. Ricky Jofield, committee member of WAAJE2, the WIM Anglican Arts and Jazz Experience 2 taking place there as well during the vacation period. And so we want to get some information where that is concerned. We do hope that you stay with us. But before we go for a short break, I just want to say good morning to those of you who are viewing far and wide right here in Tobago, Trinidad, the Caribbean region, the United States of America, Canada, United Kingdom, Australia, Africa, the continent of Africa, with countries like Nigeria, Ghana, wherever you are this morning, we say good morning to you, or good whatever time of the day it is. Thank you so much for choosing the morning show here on Tobago Updates Television. We appreciate you so much. Without you, we could not be where we are. And so we ask that you continue to give us your support and your love as we continue to grow and bring you the information as it relates to things happening here on the island of Tobago. Before we get into our conversations this morning, we have to go for a short break. And as we go for this break, we ask you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
is how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show, and everybody's gonna know. Say it to them once again. They better look up below. This is your show, and everybody's gonna know. That's how it's gonna go. They better look up below, 'cause this is your show.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. I am Adana Kumbi, and we begin conversations this morning in studio. We speak with Mr. Max James, a former assemblyman, and of course we're speaking about the Tobago House of Assembly budget that was presented in the House on Monday. Good morning and welcome.
Hi, Adana. Good morning. It's always a pleasure speaking to you.
Okay, I'm happy to hear that, and a
Yes.
pleasure speaking with you as well.
Thank you very
And so
much.
we're going to get straight on into the conversation. The budget was presented on Monday in the House by the Chief Secretary and also the Secretary of Finance, Trade and the Economy. As we know, he mentioned earlier, it is his last budget presentation as the Secretary, as a new Secretary is going to be named, he said, by the 1st of July. We're holding on for that. But our conversation this morning primarily is about the budget that was presented. And one of the things I wanted to ask you is, in your humble view and your experience, what constitutes a successful or a good budget presentation in your mind?
Well, before I answer the question, I think he would have saved the best for last. Him having said that it is likely to be his last budget. So I think the budget was well constructed. As I said, he saved the best for last. It covered all the areas. I couldn't see one single area, to be honest, in which the budget fell down. Only perhaps in terms of the legislative idea of 8%. Prospectively, that 8% issue, I don't think Tobago should be put as a percentage, because we didn't see it work with the 4.03%, that idea of the 4.03%. But coming back to that in a while, what constitutes a good budget? One could hardly say, because they've introduced a whole new concept called selectivity, strategic selectivity. We'll come back to that. But to give an idea is that you have to look at the revenue generating strategies in the budget. And the budget is something set in a particular time frame. And we don't have a development plan written by this particular administration. So what they have decided to do is to look at all those plans over the last 2 or 3 decades, and they've come up with this nice phrase, strategic selectivity. So it's in that context the budget is written, strategic selectivity. We'll explain that term, what it means in a while again. However, so it's in that context the budget is premised, and they can only do their best with what they have, because the whole concept of strategic selectivity, it shows where the terrain in which you find yourself is not even, all right? And therefore, you have to do your best with the resources that you have. Now, so you have to have money, you have to have an idea, you have to have the political will, and you have to have those strategies to embark upon, to pursue, to make those ideas successful. So your budget, you look at your priorities, And you'll always be criticized because we're not going to agree on what should be the priorities, right? So your revenue generating schemes, you have to look at whether when you put out these particular schemes, whether you have the resources, human resources and the financial resources to back up those ideas, right? So let's come to the whole question of strategic selectivity. It's a nice phrase, so let us break it down for the public.
Yes, it's sung in very sophisticated.
And
That's right.
It scares you.
And so you want to understand what this means, because especially at the part that says selectivity, which means that you select, it's not a holistic thing, it's a selected part. There's an aspect of.
All
So
right.
that's the part I want to get into.
All right. So we could break up the phrase or the term, right? What is strategic? Well, you know, strategy is anything that you're going to employ tools that you're going to prefer to reach a particular destination. What are those tools? What are those initiatives? What are those things you're going to do for you to succeed? So you say, I will employ this particular strategy. So you will see that the thing is strategic because you're employing certain kinds of measures and tools and so forth. So this is a nice phrase.
To say that you have a good plan.
So I didn't write it, but I like it. All right. It is not that it was not being done before, but it is now characterized in a particular way. And so, you know, you have to appear at that level, which I commend. You have to appear illustrious. Of course, we know the chief secretary is an illustrious individual, right? So the words and the whole construct of the budget, it must appear and be positioned at a certain level. Selectivity seems to me to be a norm, right? So it's saying, what are those options that we can strategically embrace or put out there in a strategic form to reach a particular end? So, because as I said, the terrain in which they find themselves, the political terrain, all right, in particular the financial / socioeconomic terrain, it is not neutral. It is not even. So you have to be very selective in what you're going to do. So that term strategic selectivity characterizes or tells us and gives us an idea what the administration is going to do. It's really an employment of preferences. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, and these are our strategies for arriving at the best outcomes. So hence the term, I believe I'm correct, hence the term strategic selectivity. You like it?
Right, no, I understand what you're saying,
Okay.
and I appreciate the breakdown and the explanation there. And I'm going back now to when I asked what constitutes a good budget. And I'm going back to a standard 3 question.
Okay. I hope I can answer it.
Because at the end of the day, now it's test time in school, as you know. So, you know, talking with the children who are preparing for tests, one of the questions is, what is a budget? And a budget reflects the income and expenditure of a country, our nation, our space,
Well, we
our
use the
home.
word, we use the word income, we use revenue.
Revenue and expenditure, right? And so this budget, as you even mentioned, does not necessarily speak to any revenue generating schemes or anything like that that is going to bring any type of revenue. It doesn't focus very much on that. It was also mentioned by the minority leader that he said that, you know, he was disappointed in the fact that there is no area for revenue generating. And I want to talk a little bit about that because, I mean, we're talking about all the nice words and the strategies and the things we're going to implement and what we're looking for. But at the end of the day, there must be some type of balance. I do know that the expenditure usually is greater than the revenue. And so, but there must be something that speaks to some type of generating revenue because, you know, the conversation usually is Tobago is so dependent on central government. That's a different story, a different conversation. But I want to speak to the revenue generating aspect of the budget. Where do you stand where that is concerned?
Well, I normally don't follow too much what the minority leader says. All right. And I heard Mr. The president of the Tobago Chamber making those remarks, I don't agree too much with what he says either. I think they're wrong. I think they're wrong. If you look, so you're talking about rehabilitation of cocoa estates with the introduction of solar-powered bird squawker and sound deterrent systems. When you look at throughput the budget, you've seen little areas, once they are fixed, will begin to yield some form of revenue. If you read the budget very closely, you will see that. We're looking at Spell. They want to bring in new plants, and the new plants will yield a certain amount of revenue for Tobago. So I think Spell is one of the areas in which we will see significant revenue over the next fiscal year and a half. So that I can't say that the budget is without any kind of revenue earning strategy or initiative. I think they should walk back those statements in respect of where the revenue is to come. It's and even if you want to criticize the budget for revenue generation in terms of a specific strategy, you have to look at the fact that the administration came into office and they had to fix a lot of things. The pressure was very great.
And not to cut you across, but every single administration says the same thing. They all come in because remember, they come in with they come and they meet something. If you walk into a room, you're going to meet something there. And if you come in as a new manager of a company or the new CEO, the previous CEO would have had objectives. They would have had their direction in which they wanted to take whatever, the company or whatever. And now you're coming in with fresh new ideas, which is welcomed. And of course, now you have challenges of the past that you have to fix. So we understand that those challenges are standard. For any administration that comes after will say the same thing. I'm not disputing that it does not happen because I am aware that there will be challenges. There will be things that you have to fix, correct, or realign to your objectives for what you want to do and what you want to achieve in the space that you now occupy. So I'm someone, I don't really lean on that too much because we will all experience that when we walk into any office or any space where we are now in charge, where we now have to lead, right?
I don't agree with you. Because this is a new administration. You had the PNM in office for close to 16 years.
But what I'm saying is any administration going in will have that challenge.
Well, of course, and you have to surmount the challenges. But I'm saying in this case, I don't think you could characterize them in the way you were broadly setting it. The fact of the matter is that this administration it's a baby administration. They inherited significant issues of infrastructure, of social decay, you call it, you name it, they inherited it. And they've had tremendous pushback from the PNM so that they have to fight state institutions that will weaponize to prevent this assembly from succeeding. We have to face it. So they are now, I believe they are now settled. Hence I said that the chief secretary would have now found his feet. Things are more or less being settled. And I think this particular budget sets the tone for future years, and that's the theme of this particular budget. It sets the tone in every area, in education, in agriculture, in works and infrastructure, in finance. If you look at the financing strategies that they have laid out here in terms of assisting small businesses, medium-sized businesses, and so forth. Using the First Citizens Bank as a clearinghouse for those loans and so forth. I think that we are well positioned now. Once those things come into fruition, I think we will see a tremendous economic development in Tobago. So that I am not worried in terms of, particularly when we make this big brouhaha about revenue generation. You have to put the systems in place. You have to educate the people. You have to have the support mechanisms in place. I think this is what this budget is this is the direction of this particular budget.
I think one of the challenges, and correct me if I am wrong, or tell me what your view is on this, in terms of, and let me just say, I'm not disputing that they have challenges. When you now set these revenue generating schemes, as you mentioned, or strategies, as you mentioned, the framework is now being built out.
Yes.
Because it takes a while. If you put a strategy in place today, you will not see results tomorrow, right? So it takes some time for it to happen. This is one of the challenges any administration, and especially this a new administration for the first time in office, are now implementing revenue generating schemes. And you're saying within the next year or so, you would be able to see the results of same. How are you so confident that the strategies implemented or suggested here, proposed, will yield that kind of revenue within that space of time?
Well, as I said, a budget is premised in a particular time zone. All right? And it is prospective in nature or in construct. And all things are not going to work as you plan. But you want to come as near as possible to what you plan in respect of the trajectory of the budget, of your plans, right? So that, yes, I agree, is not going to come together tightly to achieve all the particular ends. Hence the term again, strategic selectivity. It is meandering, it is walking the pathways, and they have laid out particular pathways which are very developmental and aspirational at the same time for Tobago. So it's a moot question, really. Anybody who asks the question, you're not going to achieve these things in a particular time frame. Remember, Tobago's economy was and never had the structures and systems to generate revenue. All through the years, since when I was there, Tobago's economy, its whole framework was never set in a way to allow Tobago to generate revenue. So it's an unfair criticism from anyone to say, well, where are the revenue generating strategies? So I immediately point to you to TATCO, although I had my challenges with that, but well managed, it should be able to be in a position to bring a certain level of revenue, not necessarily in the thousands of millions and so forth. Then you had Spell, which we saw significant pushback from Trinidad in respect of the getting the procurement of the license, so that they could in fact sell the aggregate. And I think that the P&M administration recognized the importance of Spell, and they have not to date allowed, as far as I know, the Assembly to be independent in its procurement of the necessary licenses. As a matter of fact, I can't see, in terms of our legislation, where we have to rely on another ministry in Trinidad to give us a license to mine something that is local right here in Tobago. So we have significant legislative strictures that, of course, prevent us from proceeding in the way we should proceed for Tobago. So again, Tobago's economy, Tobago's the legislation that we have to operate within has never over the years allowed us to have the ability to earn revenue. Sorry for the brain freeze a while ago, right? So that this budget, if you look at all the pathways that have been laid out in this budget, should position Tobago, I believe, to that kind of self-determination, getting the kinds of revenues that we would need later down the road, and individually allow the business persons to develop, to have the financing for their businesses. Once those things work well, you will find that the economy of Tobago will benefit. And I think this budget has positioned us to achieve those the development of Tobago as a whole, individually and collectively.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're speaking with Mr. Max James, former Assemblyman, as we go through the Tobago House of Assembly budget that was presented in the House on Monday. We have to take a short break, but when we come back, we continue conversation, so stay with us. And as we go for the break, of course, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
Sun Up Tobago is here. Join us on Saturday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Delta Compound Argyle for an unforgettable summer experience. Enjoy an all-inclusive experience with mouth-watering food, coolers are allowed, and best island vibe. This is a tickets-only event. Get your tickets now at Barco, Lust, and Pablo's Argyle. Don't miss out on the event of the summer. Sun Up Tobago, sponsored by Tobago Updates, B-Mobile, State Solutions, and Thorns Place.
Look at people in here tonight.
Are you ready to improve your public speaking skills, professionally, socially, and casually? This one-day online workshop is designed with you in mind. You will be engaged in an interactive and enlightening session and exposed to some key industry secrets that will introduce you to a new way of delivering your public addresses. Whether at work, a social engagement, or chatting with friends, you can present your positions convincingly and confidently. To register, call 868-797-9797 or email ancommunicationstt@gmail.com.
It's a different type of thing down there. Man, we party till we drop down there. With a lot of pretty girls down there. Down in Tobago.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning show on Tobago Updates Television, and thank you for staying with us. We continue conversations this morning in studio as we speak with former Assemblyman Max James. We are talking about the Tobago House of Assembly budget proposed in the House on Monday. So we continue this morning. Mr. James, of course, we went to the break speaking about revenue generation and all the strategies that can be implemented, and also we spoke a little bit about some of the challenges that we can face as well. But of course, you mentioned that you think the budget so far is good. There is room for development projects, as you said, revenue generation and so forth. And so we want to get more into the budget. There are some people who, everybody has their opinions and they have their views. And rightfully so, we're entitled to. But I feel as if a better understanding of the way a budget works, and as you mentioned earlier, you said that the secretary, this is his best budget, right? He'll save the best for last. And I want to know what makes you say that. When you listen to this budget, when you were sitting wherever you were and you were listening to this budget, what was the thing, the defining factor that made you say, yes, I think this is the best he has done? I mean, he's only been there for a short period. But what are the key elements that you took away from this to qualify it as his best budget?
I think it's the combination of the pathways, the combination of ideas that made me feel good as a businessman, as a citizen, former secretary, as a Tobagonian. I think it was well laid out in every area. The plans in tourism, the plans in environment, the plans in housing, setting up of those, as you said here, unlocking Tobago's development potential. So when you look at housing, the new unit that they want to put in place in housing and settlements, infrastructure, getting the new plants, crushing plants. As I said, tourism, refurbishment of the area at the fort, development of Scarborough in respect of the beautification. It seems that they're going to start on that. If you can't do it on the sea, we're going to do it on land. So it's a good start. They have queried the whole question of where Tobago is positioned in respect of revenue, collection of revenue and revenue staying in Tobago, property tax. So he has looked at that. So I think to put it's basically the idea is in these budgets, the pathways for development. I think this is they're beginning to take the steps now. The foundation having been laid, they are beginning to take the steps towards the achievement of those goals, as I indicated, or has been indicated in the budget.
Now, I know, Mr. James, there are a few things that you really want, few points you really want to raise concerning the budget. But speaking on behalf of the population of Tobago, there are two areas that we are primarily concerned about. One, the health sector, which we saw got the biggest chunk of the proposed budget, and also attending to crime, right? Did you see the budget speaking to some sort of strategies or in relation to curbing crime? I know we've had, especially in the recent past, we've been struggling with, and things have been put in place. But have you seen where that has been dealt with or addressed in this budget?
Well, the issue of crime, from what the Chief Secretary has said, is that the Tobago Police Service or Force or Assembly Police, what he indicated is that they are ready to proceed with that particular initiative for hopefully that gets toward the reduction of crime in Tobago, because we've seen an unwanted upsurge in crime in Tobago. So he has stated that is likely to be in place very soon. I think maybe the end of this month or the end of next month, we should see the implementation of the Tobago, quote unquote, the Tobago Police, right? What is the other issue?
Health as well.
Health. Well, health has always been doing well. If you look at what the Secretary no doubt would have contributed to this budget, the Secretary of Health conducted, or the Division of Health conducted 1,310 cataract surgeries. It's unprecedented. So I think Tobago, the division and the particular secretary has done exceedingly well. And they plan to introduce 700 surgeries in the phase 3 starting, I think it's already started, June 10, 2024. All right, so that, and then of course the Roxborough Hospital, hopefully, which I criticized, is likely to be on 24-hour service operation, hopefully by August, September. I'll give praise where praise is due, but I'll also criticize something which I believe is not good or not beneficial to Tobago. And we have to encourage criticism. We have to encourage dissent, positive dissent. We must disagree. But because I disagree with you doesn't mean that I dislike you. All right? So that, so I think that what has not been done is where all these wonderful things that were completed over the last fiscal year has not been well or fully communicated. I think they have to have a scorched earth communication strategy, because I myself did not know of some of these many things that I heard and I am seeing looking in front of me on my computer here, what has been done. And if you can't communicate your achievements and accomplishment, you're going to lose. So they have to, in my opinion, embark on what I call winning the messaging. So if they're not going to message to the people, they have to go throughout every community and explain to the population what they have done, not only through AI or digitization, because a lot of us don't read and a lot of us don't have computers and kind of phones that we can log on to the systems that they plan to do, which is also good, right? But there are a lot of elderly people who don't know. There are a lot of middle-aged people who don't know. And there are certain things even I myself did not know, right? So if persons that even like me did not know, it means your messaging has failed. So I think what they need to do is to really embark on that scorched earth messaging program so that people will know what your assembly is. So if you were talking about adopting my assembly, then you have to let me know. So they have to, as I said, and my term is winning the messaging. Because, of course, the opposition has embarked on their own type of messaging. So we have competing messages, and they have to ensure that they signal or explain or inform, communicate with the population. My assembly, okay, yes, my assembly, but I don't know. And therefore, I think that it is important for the next year and a half, if they wish to return to office, to adequately saturate the population with what they have done. I think that they have dropped the ball where that is concerned. I'd love to see that happen. The other thing is the 5%. It is a fair, I agree. Because since I was there, it was 4.03%. The population has grown and so forth. And it's an accurate representation of what should be the minimum budgetary allocation for Tobago. I think that the Chief Secretary and his team will have to find some way to really successfully trigger the Dispute Resolution Commission mechanism. I think that it has to happen. It's a bit too late, right? But I thought that he should be more aggressive even 2 budgets ago. But of course, it's not that he has not seen it. He's saying, look, I understand it, but I think he has to really aggressively deal with that dispute resolution minimum share of the budget issue, and it has to be done now. I don't think that they have played the politics well in respect of that. So I'm hoping that he would succeed in that. So that Tobago will see a better share of the budget. Now, for me, I've always said that I don't want to be put as a share. Because Trinidad doesn't have a share. They take all, and whatever that whole is, they give you a percentage of that. We have our God-given hydrocarbons out in the ocean. Let us monetize that. All of it should really belong to Tobago. The hydrocarbons in Trinidad, all of it belongs to Trinidad. But they wouldn't say Trinidad, they'll say Trinidad and Tobago, but it's really Trinidad. And at the end of the day, they give you what they feel they should give you, even though the budget allows for a high of 6.9. So that legislatively, I'm not in agreement at all with 8%. That stratagem does not tell me that you understand self-determination or what is self-determination be. You can't put self-determination as a percentage. I don't care what the economists say, that belongs to us. And therefore, let us monetize it. Let us come up with some kind of legislative arrangement that says and recognizes that those things belong to us, so that we could deal with those things how we want and then give some to the national arrangement. But you can't tell me about 8%. I'm not in agreement with that at all. For the time being, I totally agree with the 5.5 or 5.8 that you're asking for, because of course Tobago has grown. I never liked the formula, but that is what it is. But I'm in agreement total with that aspect of it, because we need the funding so that Tobago can grow and we can live in a wealthier society that affords us all the things that we've been aspiring for over the years.
You know, every single administration and every time a budget is presented, we have the same discussion about the share that you just mentioned. And it has been a challenge, budget after budget after budget, a discussion. And we're talking now about changing the legislation or updating it or bringing it to a place where we can get more, so that we can do the things we need to do, as you mentioned, so we can live a better life. We can be more, more revenue, more opportunities, if we get a larger portion. But legislation takes some time. And I'm here now, I'm sitting and I'm listening to you. what we can have the conversation, but what is the thing that will trigger the aggressive conversation, the conversation that is non-ending? Is almost like a bug, like you're nagging somebody to get what is rightfully yours. How do we go about ensuring that, listen, come next budget or come next 2 budgets down the road, there's some kind of dent, some kind of change, some kind of upgrade to the legislation that would allow and afford us to get what it is we really want or deserve in this space?
Remember, we had 16 years of Orville London. We had another period after Orville London, and now we have the TPP. The TPP, as I indicated, has now found its legislative feet, apparently. The ideas that will propel us is now showing that they will understand the economic, the socio-economic issues that will position us to be a better Tobago, greatest to island and so forth, unlocking Tobago's development potential. And this is what this budget does. The strategic selectivity is the tool that they're going to use to ensure that they make the right decisions in respect of our progress and our development. Okay? Now, having said that, I really would admit that they have not been aggressive enough, in my opinion, because I tend to be very aggressive. Where I come from in the trade union movement, we take no prisoners, so to speak. And I think that the Chief Secretary has been very incremental. I don't think that the team has been very aggressive. I would like them to be. All right? However, I think they have arrived at a point where they understand the picture. And I think they're going to progress from here on in. I really do believe so. I'm seeing the signs, I'm seeing the indications. But you can't tell me that you're going to cast blame on a baby administration having inherited 16 years of Orville London and the PNF.
I don't think it's about casting blame. We're at the position now where we want to get it done, and we're trying to figure out, as we're talking about strategies and all these things.
Yeah, but I indicated that they've arrived at the point. I think they have arrived. I mean, no doubt they've arrived.
So now it's to implement an aggressive strategy.
Well,
because as you said, they have not been aggressive enough. Right? And so now, what is the strategy to become more aggressive and to get the thing done?
Well, because they have to play the politics. I think that the party will be fully formed out, if you wish, by Sunday, where you're going to have deputy political leaders appointed. For the first time, Tobago will have a party indigenous to Tobago. PNM is not indigenous to Tobago. So you have first indigenous party with homegrown politicians, homegrown ideas, and so forth. And I think they are now they begin to run based on the ideas that I've seen presented here. The groundwork has been done, and I think it's time. And I think it's time for. I think it's begin to yield the kind of results. So the party is in place. Let's say the party is in place. The Chief Secretary is now the political leader of the party, so that is not an issue any longer, and all the other officials will be in place. I think they can wholly take up the bed and walk now, and I'm confident that it will be done. That's my view.
All right, so that's a good place to end this segment of our conversation. And we come back again. We continue in conversations this morning with Mr. Max James. And as he alluded there to the internal elections of the TPP, we're going to have conversations where that is concerned. When we come back from the short break, we have to go for a quick break. And as we go, of course, we invite you to help us. Share the live, share the live, share the live. We'll be right back.
The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Dance Ensemble Tobago presents our signature event, a festival of dancing, Tobago Dance Sport Championship and Dancing with the Caribbean Stars. Dance in with DNA, our 11th edition, Saturday, July 6th at 5 p.m., Shore Park Cultural Complex. Featured in this year's lineup, Assemblyman Trevor James, Mrs. Petal Daniel Benoit, Mrs. Diane Baker Henry, Miss Davia Chambers, Miss Leslie Ann Ellis, and Miss Sinel Dempster. Limited early bird tickets. Adults $150. After party only $100. Children pay $75 at the door. You don't want to miss this one. Get your tickets early from Dance Ensemble class members, D&D Jewelers at Tobago United Cooperative, Milford 24 Gas Station Canaan, and the Shore Park Cultural Complex box office. For more information, contact Nikisha White at 772-9049 or Nelisa Dick 340-5758.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, £3 wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday, £2 cube beef, £2 cow heel, £2 chicken foot, £2 pigtail or smoked bone. Special $150 Super Sunday, £3 leg and thigh chicken, £3 sliced pork, £3 lamb slice, £3 cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
Put a smile on your face when you're moving from place to place. Good morning, good morning, morning, good morning, morning.
Welcome back to the morning television. We're now at 7:53 a.m. So if you're getting to work for 8 a.m. and taking the children to school, you literally have 7 minutes. Do not rush. Remember to get there safely. Safety is our motive this morning. We continue conversations this morning in studio. We speak with Mr. Max James, former assemblyman, and now we switch topics a little, switch gears a little bit as we speak about the TPP, Tobago People's Party, internal elections due to take place on Sunday, 30th June. And we ended the first segment talking about deputy political leader and the positions that are going to be filled therein. So, Mr. James, tell me, based on the candidates that are forward, that have been put forward to fill positions within the party, what are your views, one, of the positions that have been highlighted? Tell me what constitutes the positions for a political party, being a politician yourself, and also the positions that are being held. Do you see the human resources being deployed in a way that you think will be impactful for the party?
Well, you asked me a question that is kind of difficult to answer. But what I would say, obviously, the TPP is possessed of excellent human resources that can be deployed almost anywhere in the world in terms of the sheer brilliance and understanding of management and of politics and the like. So I think the party has the competence or the competencies within the human resource competence and the human resource competencies that are possessed that you can find in the individuals who put themselves up for the positions on Sunday. So that I am not particularly worried. And of course, more directly to your question, is that it's a democratic process. And therefore, everyone is free to offer themselves. And I applaud all of those persons who have put themselves forward for a particular position on Sunday.
You know, we had a conversation, you and I, on this very same morning show where we spoke, when we spoke about the reshuffling, as we call it, of the assembly, the administration. And now we're talking about executive positions in the party.
We did.
Yeah, we did.
Okay.
And now we're talking about executive positions within the party itself. And we spoke to competencies of persons in different offices.
Yes.
And you mentioned that they don't necessarily have to have a degree or you know, whatever qualifications per se to hold an office, but rather experience or passion as the case might be. Do you feel the same way for this particular elections, where it's the executive arm of it, where they have to now drive their own people? Because remember, in public office, you're working for the public. This is internal elections where they are now managing the affairs of the party to ensure that the party is performing in the way it should perform, that it would attract new members, and whatever their objectives are, these persons are now positioned in this place to do that, to uphold the party rather. They are now the hub, they are now the energy, the pulse of the party. So how do you see that working?
Well, obviously, excellently. I don't want to see anything, even though, because my brother was one of the participants in the in terms of a position on the executive on Sunday.
So we know who you're voting for.
Well, obviously, but I don't want to say anything, in fairness to the others. I don't want to be seen to be campaigning in the program. But of course, I love my brother.
As you should.
Yes. And I've always known him to do things very fast. And I think that since you pushed me in that direction, I would want all the other contestants, so to speak, to forgive me. But I can only, because again, as I said, I love my brother. I know he possesses the competencies, and it is evident. Even yesterday when I passed down in the Chauvin era, I almost thought the roundabout was finished. Because judging from the experience of the other projects, he does things in quick time. So that since you asked me, and I hope that you did not ask me, I think he's eminently suited for the position that he's going up for. Without prejudice, emphasis without prejudice to any other candidate. All right? But I think throughput, I think the people who have put themselves up, one way, either which one ever that comes out, I think that, Tobago will be in good hands. The executive of the party will be in good hands. I think all of them are good candidates, all right? It might perhaps boil down to preferences, all right? In terms of the energy that you alluded to, of course, I think we can find the energy. You just have to look and see, and you will know who has the energy to take up the affairs of the party after Sunday.
You know, I always wish that we have more time when I'm having conversations with you, because there's so much I want to draw from you. But it's now 7:59 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, we've been speaking with Mr. Max James, former assemblyman. We spoke about the THA budget presented in the House on Monday, and also a little bit about the TPP internal elections due to take place this Sunday. But this is where we have to end the morning show on Tobago Updates Television. But this is not where we end our programming. We continue on with Tobago Notes and then on to GMT. So stay with us, and as you stay with us, we ask you to help us share the live, share the live, share the live.
Innovative, dedicated, impactful. The public service now and beyond. Today, we celebrate our stalwarts who have left an enduring legacy on the public service in Tobago. Mrs. Bernard Trim was a nursing assistant from 1969 to 1983. She was promoted to contact tracer at the STI HIV clinic and retired in 2019. Mrs. Bernard Trim says getting clients to come to the clinic for counseling and treatment is her greatest achievement. She says discrimination of HIV patients back then made it very difficult as sex was a taboo topic and HIV was considered a death sentence. She says she feels rewarded by the gratitude expressed from the clients she served.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and sponsors, and most importantly, our beloved communities, welcome to the Tobago Heritage Festival 2024. As we embark on the 37th year of this festival, our theme is We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. We are bringing back iconic events such as Yesterday's Children, Bell Manor Riots, and the Courtship Codes. We want to highlight the importance of coming back to our roots, celebrating the people and the communities that make Tobago so special. Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we say, we come back to our true essence. We want to encourage each and every one of you to continue to support our cultural development and preservation in any way that you can. Your support is truly invaluable. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact that will be felt for generations to come. Thank you, and see you in July.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and excitement that I address you to officially launch the 2024 Tobago Heritage Festival. The Tobago Heritage Festival is not just an event, it is a journey back to our roots. This year's theme, We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. It captures the true essence of revitalizing the culture and traditions that have shaped our identity for generations. This year marks the 37th successful hosting of the festival, and we are proud to officially dub the month of July as Tobago Heritage Month. A time when our island comes alive with rhythms, flavors, and stories of our ancestors. The festival continues to offer an unparalleled opportunity for economic growth on the island. Every stakeholder, from local artisan and vendor to hospitality businesses and transportation services, stand to benefit. Our vibrant cultural displays will attract visitors, boost tourism, and provide a significant economic uplift to the island. The heart of this festival beats in our communities. We are empowering each village to manage its own productions to ensure authenticity and sustainability. The Tobago Festival Commissions Limited and the Tobago House of Assembly are here to support you, fostering an environment where our heritage can flourish sustainably. As we embark on this journey, let us celebrate the essence of Tobago. Let us honor our heritage and support our communities as we showcase the vibrant culture that makes our island unique. Thank you.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. I am Chanel Felix, and whenever you see me sitting here, it's because we're about to have those conversations that you want to have while I ask those questions that you want asked. But before we get into this morning's conversations, let's have our news in 90 seconds.
The news is brought to you by Standards. At Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Chairman of the Tobago Business Chamber, Martin George, gave a mixed review of the THA budget presentation for fiscal 2025. He praised the reduction in recurrent expenditure from 88% and welcomed the planned increase in infrastructural projects on the island. George expressed concerns about the 3.956 billion request, arguing it should reflect Tobago's 5.07% population share, not 5.8% of the national budget. He also criticized the budget for lacking a solid revenue increasing plan, noting the projected income of $214 million was insufficient compared to the budgeted amount. Additionally, the Tobago division of the Trinidad and Tobago Chamber of Industry and Commerce launched an interactive website to support business development. Chairman Curtis Williams noted that this initiative, the first of its kind in Tobago, responded to members' requests for more support. Chamber member Jason Arthur, who explained that it provides resources such as webinars, monitoring, job posting, and business profiles for business owners. The website, an extension of the Tobago Business Advisory Services, launched in 2023, aimed to prepare Tobago's private sector for success and will be fully operationalized by the end of June. And finally, UNC leader Kamala Persad-Bissessar criticized the government's dealing with Indian businessman Raveen Jindal, questioning if Venezuelan influences led to Jindal's potential purchase of a Point-A-Pair refinery. She raised concerns about Jindal's alleged corruption charges and claimed the government was unaware of these accusations. Persad-Bissessar suggested that the refinery deals was politically motivated and hinted at a Venezuelan Trinidadian Indian connection, possibly circumventing U.S. sanctions on Venezuelan oil. Energy Minister Stuart Young rebutted, stating that all dealings have been transparent and in compliance with U.S. regulations. He denied any covert operations or backdoor negotiations involving Venezuela. And that was on News in 90 Seconds.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard, nobody beats us on price. Believe it. Sun Up Tobago is here. Join us on Saturday, July 6th from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. at Delta Compound Argyle for an unforgettable summer experience. Enjoy an all-inclusive experience with mouth-watering food, coolers are allowed, and best island vibe. This is a tickets-only event. Get your tickets now at Barco, Lust, and Pablo's Argyle. Don't miss out on the event of the summer. Sun Up Tobago, sponsored by Tobago Updates, B-Mobile, State Solutions, and Thorns Place.
Look at people in here tonight.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival, we're right here. We're not leave it till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, it's rhythm, steel, and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, Pan in Paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We build artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security, and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. This morning we jump into our conversation and we're talking about the 70th anniversary of the Dorothy Moses preschool. And this morning I'm speaking with Dr. Janelle Moore Scott as well as Dr. Andy Moore. Good morning and welcome to Tobago Updates.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you here this morning. So we're talking about the 70th celebration of the Dorothy Moses Nursery School, and you guys are past students of the school. So tell us a bit about the actual celebration and then about your history there.
Well, I'll speak to the history. I attended there at a very early age, having recently relocated from the US. My father returned to be a dentist, and without my mother being there, it was a key part of our upbringing, going to that school and having that daycare, that nursery school, that first educational experience. And standing out, of course, was teacher Dorothy and a lot of her supporting staff. A lot of them, too many to name, but particularly teacher Shirley. So it was a great experience getting into the educational system of Trinidad and Tobago, learning new things, new friends, and overall very, very pleasant experience. I have only fun memories.
Okay, and Dr. Moore.
And for me, I don't have the memories of relocating to this country as my brother did. I was quite young, but I remember starting the school and being very excited because my 3 older brothers were going, and I felt as if I was finally growing up and going to school. And it was very nice because the environment that they created for learning was excellent. The teachers who were there, for me, teacher Shirley stands out front and center because I think she must have been my teacher because she's the only one I remember. And for a long time, I thought that she was Miss Dorothy Moses. Clearly, she's not, but that's what I thought. And really made learning fun and created the environment for curiosity to develop and hunger for learning to develop. And that school, I thought, did set the tone and the foundation for what came in our lives later professionally. But that, regardless of where you are, what country you're from, early education is actually quite critical to the development of a child. And I think that environment and that school provided a great place, a great starting point for students like myself and many others on the island to start their journey into education.
Excellent. Tell us about the 70th anniversary celebration.
Well, they've been in existence since 1954 with a few children, 5, and many years have gone since then. I'm sure the curriculum has changed, and now they're on this break of this new era where standardization is coming upon them, where they want to raise their level of care, raise their offerings. And I think they want to celebrate Teacher Dorothy's legacy by paying homage to all that went before and in preparation for what's to come. So that will include pretty much recognizing her years of service. She's a national awards winner in the Department of Education, but also highlighting some of the people who she's positively impacted or who've gone on to also positively impact the country, such as ourselves, having come through there. And there are many, many others. Many people have spent their formative years there initially. And the celebration would highlight that, but also gearing the institution for the future, highlighting different fundraising opportunities to see if they can help outfit the school for the new challenge to come.
Excellent. And this event or the occasion is going to be on July 4th while they have their 2024 graduation year. Yes. And during that ceremony, they are going to have that recognition or commemoration to really recognize the past students as well as the work that she has put in. Tell us about some of your career paths and where you have gotten to since your time at Dorothy Moses Nursery School.
So from Dorothy Moses to here, it's a little bit of years in between there, obviously.
Yeah.
Right? So I went on to go to St. Nicholas School, which is another kind of long-standing school that's been here for a while. A lot of fun memories from that school. And I think a number of us from Dorothy went to St. Nicholas after. And after that, I attended Scarborough Junior Secondary for a couple of years and went to Harmons. That's where I spent the majority of my high school years at Harmons High School. Very positive, excellent education experience there. Then after finishing CXC, I went back to the United States to complete my education. I went to Howard University and did my both undergraduate and medical school years at Howard University, and became a physician and specifically a radiologist. And right now, I primarily am in the administration of. I'm an administrator in medicine. I'm the chief quality officer at Kings County Hospital in Brooklyn, New York. But I also practice at least one day a week. I still practice, to keep my skills up. But primarily, I'm in administrator.
Health
That's what
administration.
I do primarily. Yeah.
Okay, no problem. And what about you, Mr. Moore?
Like my sister, it's been a family tradition, I guess. We went to St. Nicholas Private Primary School next to Bishop's, right after nursery school, and then from that I went to Scarborough Sec. It's now a 5-year school, which is mind-blowing. And then after that, Signal Hill, good old Signal Hill. And I'd actually like to recognize Teacher Messiah. It was very formative, very instrumental in biology when I was at Signal Hill, and that helped propel me forward into further careers. I went to Morgan State University, a historical black culture university in the USA in the state of Maryland. And from there, I attempted a master's in public health at St. George's University in the Caribbean. And then I went to medical school at American University in Antigua and Barbuda, where I studied medicine. And then I'm specializing now in advanced urgent care, practicing in Northern Virginia, where I do mostly everything right up to calling 911.
Okay. Excellent. And so far, have you interacted with any other students that went to the school? And tell us about the energy surrounding this event that's coming up on July the 4th. And is it open to the public?
I am not sure if it's open to the public. I will leave the members of the committee to give that information. But I would say that, like I said, when I was at Dorothy Moses, I was quite young. Luckily, my mom took a lot of pictures. So I recognized people that went on to primary school with me who also attended Dorothy Moses. One person sticks out, which is my best friend. Everyone knows my best friend, Kashka Hislop. She was actually attending Dorothy Moses while I was there, and we didn't even know that until we looked at the pictures and saw that we were literally next to each other at a school field trip. So even though we became friends officially, I guess, in elementary school, we were friends before that. I just didn't know. So she's one person I can say has been in my life the longest from that school.
Right.
And we still remain friends for today.
That's excellent.
For me, it would be two people that stood out. Pete Duncan. We were at nursery school together, and then we both went on to St. Nicholas Primary School. But other than him, Bert Graham, I've known him throughout my life in different arenas, school, also at church. But we were both there at Teacher Dorothy's nursery school back in Lambeau, Bert Graham.
Okay, excellent. And Teacher Dorothy's nursery school stands out as one of the long-standing nursery schools, and even they said the oldest preschool in Tobago, and so that is worth celebrating, and we look forward to those celebrations. Guys, we're going to take a quick break right here, and we'll be back right after this.
Are you ready to improve your public speaking skills, professionally, socially, and casually? This one-day online workshop is designed with you in mind. You will be engaged in an interactive and enlightening session and exposed to some key industry secrets that will introduce you to a new way of delivering your public addresses. Whether at work, a social engagement, or chatting with friends, you can present your positions convincingly and confidently. To register, call 868-797-9797 or email ancommunicationstt@gmail.com.
Notice is hereby given that the 63rd Annual General Meeting, AGM, of the Bethel Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited will take place using a hybrid format on Thursday, June 27th from 5 p.m. The physical location will be upstairs the Mount Marie branch office. The purpose of the meeting is to receive minutes of the 62nd Annual General Meeting, to receive reports as follows: statutory and board-appointed committees, report of the auditor and audited financial statements, to receive budgetary proposals for 2024, to elect officers, to approve general resolutions, and lastly to transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A digital copy of the AGM brochure is available on the website. Please visit our website at www.bethelcredituniontt.com or any one of our branches for further information.
Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported. Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off.
Good morning and welcome back. This morning we are still chatting about the 70th anniversary of the Dorothy Moses Nursery School. And this morning I'm continuing my conversation with Mr. Sean Trim, who is a member of the PTA. Good morning, the president actually of the PTA of the school. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
So tell us a bit about the current administration of the school. Who is in charge currently? Who is running the nursery
school? The school is actually being run by the administrator in the name of Miss Verlene Williams. She has been there with teacher Dorothy for a number of years, as they said, the 70th celebration. But yeah, she's been there a number of years. My children went to that school and my children are 23 now. So, and the Moors, I think they're older than 23, so they went to that school. So I think Miss Williams have a wealth of knowledge and, you know, that to impart onto the Tobago society.
Right, and you are the president of the PTA, but your kids are 23. Yeah. Tell us about how, and explain that to us.
Sometimes I need her to explain it to me as well.
Right.
So, yeah, I've been there, I've been with the school and championing the cause. They're not giving up. So,
right.
You know, we have a good relationship.
You have played an instrumental role in getting parents on board to support the...
Well, that's what we do all the time. We try to put the school first and the children, the products of the school. You know, upper echelons of society in Tobago and Trinidad and the wider world. Children came out of that school and, you know, went on to have perfect lives. Well, not perfect in the sense of perfect, but, you know, good careers and, you know, make Tobago proud. Okay. For example, the Moors.
All right. And what are some of your most memorable moments with the school?
Well, let me talk about my children first, in the sense that you said most memorable. When you attended Dorothy Moses Nursery School, language was a big thing for teacher Verlene. So it would have been pronunciation of words, and my daughter always used to say the word like water. You know, teacher Verlene always used to instill the proper pronunciation of the language and stuff like that. And she always loved to read. I have a twin, a boy and a girl. And she was the one that always loved to read. Every night I have to read stories for them. And that was the thing. They always loved that reading and pronunciation and stuff like that. So those were memorable moments that I would have itched in my mind. And past events, like we had a walk, I think it was from the Gulf City Mall. We went around to the old road around Lambo there, on the beach side, the coastline, and back to the mall. That was a memorable occasion. We had a fun day.
All right. Excellent. And tell us a bit about the 70th anniversary celebration. It's happening on July the 4th during the graduation ceremony. Tell us about that.
Yes, we want to start off things with the that graduation ceremony is going to be a special. We're going to invite like past students and so on to probably, you know, we have persons which will give a little bit of history about themselves and, you know, that sort of stuff. But we also want to have after that, continuing celebrating throughout the month. We also want to have like a family day and a health fair and expo. You know, so person could have their numbers checked and so on. We want to also probably, we was thinking about doing a walk again. But that, we still have it on the drawing board to do a walk as well. But we have a lot of events that I don't have all the details as yet.
But more stuff to come.
It's still in the planning process that we're going to be doing throughout the month of July.
Okay.
But the big one is for the 4th, which is the graduation ceremony.
All right, so this is an open call to past students
Yes,
to be a part
students
of
to be
the
a part of it, to come and give their experiences, you know, just to come and support.
All right, and what time would it be starting the ceremony?
We want to do so from like about probably 10:30 or so, 10:30. I think that's the time that they probably would have indicated to us.
All right, thank you very much. So you heard it here, guys, on the 4th of July, the Dorothy Moses Preschool right there in Lambo, they will be commemorating 70 years in operation. And if you are a past student or know a past student, you should put the word out there and let them know what is happening. Guys, be sure to like and share and comment and be a part of this morning's conversation. We're taking a quick break and we'll be right back after this.
To a brand new dawning as the passion start to rock.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, £3 wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday, £2 cube beef, £2 cow heel, £2 chicken foot, £2 pigtail or smoked bone. Special $150 Super Sunday, £3 leg and thigh chicken, £3 sliced pork, £3 lamb slice, £3 cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
The countdown is on to the Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex to discover the dynamic world of public service where innovation meets dedication. Explore exciting careers, experience innovative services, enjoy interactive displays, and a whole lot more. Come join us on July 5th at the Shore Park Complex from 9:30 a.m. Visit the Office of the Chief Secretary's Facebook page for details. Tobago Public Service Day Expo 2024. Public service now and beyond.
Get your quality furniture and appliances at Standards. Frigidaire gas range $599. Serta base and mattress $1,899. RC 50-inch smart 4K TV as low as $2,599. Yes, at Standard. Nobody beats us on price. Believe it.
Innovative, dedicated, impactful. The public service now and beyond. Today we celebrate our stalwarts who have left an enduring legacy on the public service in Tobago. Mrs. Bernard Trim was a nursing assistant from 1969 to 1983. She was promoted to contact tracer at the STI HIV clinic and retired in 2019. Mrs. Bernard Trim says getting clients to come to the clinic for counseling and treatment is her greatest achievement. She says discrimination of HIV patients back then made it very difficult as sex was a taboo topic and HIV was considered a death sentence. She says she feels rewarded by the gratitude expressed from the clients she served.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. This morning we continue our conversation by chatting again with Mr. Atiba, who is the band leader for Arcadia. This morning we're talking about the band launch for A Perfect Storm. Good morning and welcome back.
Good morning, good morning.
All right, how are you doing this morning? Again, it's a pleasure to have you on. So we had a conversation earlier this week and we have been anticipating the launch of Arcadia's presentation for the 2024 October Carnival, The Perfect Storm. So tell us a bit about that.
Right, thanks. The launch is on. However, we have some good updates, which is how to put this, our sponsors, our partners, due to the busy weekend we have coming up, we have on the island this weekend, we have to more or less push that launch from Saturday now to Thursday, the 4th of July, which allows some coverage because there are a number of events on the, island crashers on the island and to get persons here. And then we have some new sponsors on board that want, because part of our rollout is rolling out with our sponsorship. So part of that viewing party will include the sponsors. So to make sure everybody's happy and to make sure that it's done correctly, we were asked and encouraged to put that Perfect Storm to July the 4th.
Okay, understood. And tell us about the location, the time, and what can be expected even with the changes that you're making.
What we're expecting the changes is a great execution, but more so we are looking at the time at 8 p.m. sharp. The settings remains similar, as in that two-part launch that I spoke about, as in that viewing party and also that catwalk type settings all remain intact, right? I just think that launch and the anticipation, everything is worth the wait and worth the while. I can assure person.
Okay, and so what are some of the partnerships that we can look forward to? Because you said due to the partnerships that you guys are working on, you now have to push it back to facilitate some of your partners. So tell us about some of those partnerships.
Yes, so I will leave that for the night, but primarily what I would say is because of media houses like Tobago Updates and TTT that will require going live and so on. It requires that execution, that planning stage of it to be really on point. So, for example, the quality of the internet there and so on, all those things are things that can be very detrimental, right? The location, it still remains at Toys at Fuzzy Panda. The partners, you all will love to see some of the partners. I would love to share that information now, but I will rather keep that in my back pocket or my front pocket there for the night.
Okay. And you said that there are other events that might be clashing with the event on Saturday, hence the reason for, or one of the reasons for the moves, and you use Island Crashers as one of those events. But the demographic for Island Crashers is a bit different from the demographic that may be coming to an Arcadia band launch. Tell us why it was important for you to really separate yourself from everything else that was happening this weekend.
So the demographic is one, but also the availability of flights and persons to get to the island is a major part. So Island Crushers is probably the biggest or one of the busiest weekends in Tobago as it relates to inter-island flight airfare to Tobago, because it's a large following that come to the island. Despite the demographic, it's still persons that are coming. So to get our partners to the island, we got some challenges there, right? So as a result, that is one of the reasons to more or less shift that date, but also even the persons that are involved and maybe in part of the planning of Island Crashers or they would like to attend as well. So it's just those little things. So it's not the demographic per se, but the availability of flights to the island.
Okay, and what do you want to tell Tobagonians in regards to coming out to the event on Thursday?
It's Thursday. Come out looking classy, looking and just come out and enjoy yourself. There are lots of things that will be rolling out from now till Thursday, as in Toys at Fuzzy Panda have a lot in store for persons, whether it be drinks specials, it be eats, it be different treats that will be given to patrons on that day. I'll say it's a classy type event that is something that I believe is one that we have not really seen or have executed on the island in a band launch setting, and it's something that persons could come out look forward to something different. That is most important. It is something different.
Okay, let's take a quick break and we'll be back right after this.
A brand new dawning as the passion starter.
Coconut's Cafe, the buffet restaurant that specializes in all your tasty local dishes. For breakfast and for lunch. Breakfast includes coconut bake and sada roti, served with chokers, bull joil, and sausages in tomato sauce. Not forgetting beef and cheese pies, shepherd's pie, macaroni pie, and rice in various styles. Meat served in a variety of flavors, garden salads, and pasta salads. All this accompanied by fruit juices, coconut water, your choice of a great combination to appease your taste buds. So call us today to order, as we are here to accommodate your busy schedules or if you are having a cooking day off. Tobago Glass Supplies has been a leading name for over 37 years in the glass and aluminum market in Tobago. We provide an extensive range of high-quality, innovative aluminum and glass products for commercial and residential use. Competitive prices with superior and professional services by committed employees who are guided by rigid quality standards. Tobago Glass Supplies specializes in the manufacture and installation of glass and aluminum products that are essential to today's homeowners and the business environment. We are engaged in marketing, sales, and installation of a variety of products. These ranges from windows and doors to necessities such as mirrors for homes and vehicles, designed and manufactured in-house or imported.
Deltec Distributors Weekend Special Wings Friday, £3 wings, 2.5 kilogram fries. Special 100 TT Soup Saturday, £2 cube beef, £2 cow heel, £2 chicken foot, £2 pigtail or smoke bone. Special $150 Super Sunday, £3 leg and thigh chicken, £3 sliced pork, £3 lamb slice, £3 cheese, 2 pack of pasta. Special $250. Located Main Road, Argyle, Tobago. We deliver 20 TT. Contact us on deltecdistributors.com 395-5040 or 237-0102. Deltec Distributors Weekend Special.
You can now get whatever you need whenever you need it anywhere in Tobago with Tobago. Your meals, medication, groceries, and shopping all delivered directly to you. No more hassle, no more stress. Get the Tobago app today on Google Play or Apple App Store.
That's TAPPOGO and let us deliver to you.
Check our website at www.tapogo.app or call the experts at 494-TOGO and 484-4746. Tobago. Relax. We will get it to you. Tobago's at your service.
One of my favorite quotes are, everybody can be great because everybody could serve. In February 2024, when the oil slick hit our nation, there was quite some panic and there was some concerns on how it will negatively affect our tourism. We made a call to the nation and the nation responded and served. And we want to say thank you for that.
We thank you.
Our first responders were actually our employees. Quickly they implemented some infrastructure to protect the pool, our beachfront restaurant, and even the guest areas, and of course protect themselves. They were very dedicated. They show up to work every day despite the challenging environment. They were loyal and committed, and we wish to say
We thank you.
Divisions and TEMA, they too came to our service. They responded. They provided some tools, some PPE, some basic information, how to protect the environment and to protect ourselves. They coordinated the different agencies to provide service to us. TEMA and THA have been with us from the beginning to the end, and we are very thankful for that kind of support.
We thank you.
The Ministry of Energy, Tiger Tank, Heritage, and a few other agencies, they were the experts in cleaning up. Many of them were residents here at the hotel. Their employees lived with us for the last 3 months. For their sacrifice, I could only imagine they're leaving their friends and family to come across here to Tobago and work with us for the last 3 months.
We thank you.
On a daily basis, they were concerned about air quality. They provide that service to us. Testing air quality, assuring staff and guest comfort, and that there was no hazardous environment. Agencies, Ministry, Tiger Tank, Heritage, other agencies, we wish to say thank you. The environmentalists and the conservation groups, they were here, quite concerned with fragile ecosystems, how to repair it, when to repair it. They too made that sacrifice, walking through the environment day and night. We wish to say,
Thank you.
Then our guests, our loyal guests, some picky, some is their first time, some returning. For those who may not have got a very special moment, I know one guest mentioned that he come to see the beach, but the service was quite well. We thank those guests. To all our guests, Magdalena is a place. On a normal day, it's very beautiful, the memories there. You are welcome to return, and
We thank you.
we know some of these things may not be as welcome as it should have been, despite the oil spill. We want to say,
We thank you.
to all the well-wishers, Trinidad and Tobago. You're getting the calls, you're getting the support, some giving health advice, some giving cleanup advice. We want to say thank you. It was a very challenging period for the last 3 months, but for all those who were with us from beginning to the end, they say after the storm comes the calm. And today, May, here is the calm. Our beachfront is cleaned up, our poolside is cleaned up, the mesh is gone. All the ambience that you're used to, they see and even better. In my background there, we now have a refurbished beach. It's wider. It's like Baywatch. Come and see for yourself. But thank you, Trinidad and Tobago. On behalf of the Magdalena Grand Beach and Golf Resort, all the employees, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome back to Good Morning Tobago. Guys, thank you for sticking with us this morning. We had the discussions on the 70th anniversary of the Dorothy Moses Nursery School. I had Dr. Janelle Moore-Scott as well as Dr. Andy Moore, and they're chatting about July the 4th at the Dorothy Moses Nursery School. They will be commemorating 70 years in existence as the oldest preschool on the island of Tobago. Additionally, in my last conversation, I was able to chat with the band leader for Arcadia, Atiba, and he is saying that that band launch that was scheduled for the 29th, which is Saturday, at Toys Fuzzy Panda opposite the mall in Lowlands, is now going to be on Thursday instead, Thursday the 4th of July. So if you were looking forward to being a part of that like I was, then we just have to wait until Thursday. But guys, even this morning, as we continue with our conversations, I want you to put your comments in the chat and let us know, how do you feel about the Chief Secretary's proposal for a regional police service for Tobago, having Tobago's own police service here? Let's chat about it. Let me know. Send your comments. How do you feel about that? Additionally, the THA budget, did you have the time to sit down and pay attention to that? What are your opinions on what has been offered by the Chief Secretary for this 2025 fiscal? Were you able to take a look at it, and what are your opinions? Let us know in the chat. But this morning, we want to thank you for sticking with us and being a part of our conversations. Now, it's important for us to really pay attention to what's happening, and as you pay attention this morning at 10 a.m. we're going to hear from the minority leader as he responds in the budget debate in the House this morning. So we're going to hear from minority leader Kelvin Morris as he responds to that budget that was presented on Monday. Now, we would have heard from him in the media as he responded immediately after the Chief Secretary's presentation by saying that it was simply empty promises and a failed administration. What are you expecting to hear from Mr. Morris this morning in regards to what is coming out of this budget? Now, today is that budget debate, and Tobago Updates would be carrying that live. So be sure to stay tuned and stick with us at 10 a.m. That's when we're going to be going live. Additionally, tomorrow we have our post-budget discussions that is going to be hosted by Mr. McFarlane, and you're going to see a number of guests coming through giving their opinions on that budget debate as well as the budget presentation, what Tobago is requesting and what Tobago has gotten. Now, the conversation continues in the space about what Tobago gets compared to what Tobago requests. Is it enough? Is it sufficient to really take the developmental agenda of Tobago forward? Let us know in the comment section this morning. But besides that, we want to thank you for sticking with us. We want to thank you for your likes, your shares, and your comments. And thank you for all that you have done to continue to make Tobago Updates the #1 broadcast station here on the island of Tobago. Again, I am Chanel Felix, and I'm looking forward to your comments and your interactions so we can pick up this discussion on another day. But until next time, guys, have a great day.
So wake up and hear me neighbor. 60,000 people strong, and the vibes is never wrong. We are beauty, we are power. We are people in the sun. We are beaches, we are rivers. We are melanated ones. We special.
Last year, October 2023, the island tilted. The peaceful bliss of sea, sun, and sand was transcended as we took to the streets to revel in paradise.
Tobago! It's such a nice place!
Tobago Carnival right here. We're not leave it till we go right down.
It's the greatest, it's the best, it's safe, and it's beautiful.
I love Tobago, baby. Coming back next year. Hey!
Playing pan on the streets is a magical experience. When the band strike up, it's rhythm, steel and powder. This is Tobago Carnival, pan in paradise.
Tobago is the best.
Tobago Carnival is the new home for the legend of Calypso. Where else can you get sweet Calypso music that gives you that nostalgic feeling?
Soca Titans is we title, is we monarch. We built artists from scratch who can perform with the best. Real Titans of Soca.
When last you've been to a party, plenty women looking so nice. We must be in paradise.
This year, ritual takes on new space and dimension. Traditions will be reimagined, breaking free and taking on new meaning on the road.
I love the energy!
This year, the revelry is bigger and better. More colors, more meaning, great packages for the masqueraders. Tobago Carnival is freedom.
This year promoting safety in all events for Tobago Carnival. This year promoting whining, not minding people business. This year promoting clean fun, security and freedom.
Freedom to be any version of yourself that you choose to be with love and safety. Here, you have permission to be you, uninhibited and free.
So what you waiting on? This year, this October 2024, experience the ritual, revel in paradise, release yourself. From the greatest little island on the planet, this is the Tobago Carnival 2024.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed partners and sponsors, and most importantly, our beloved communities, welcome to the Tobago Heritage Festival 2024. As we embark on the 37th year of this festival, our theme is We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. We are bringing back iconic events such as Yesterday's Children, Bell Manor Riots, and the Courtship Codes. We want to highlight the importance of coming back to our roots, celebrating the people and the communities that make Tobago so special. Get ready for an unforgettable experience as we say, we come back to our true essence. We want to encourage each and every one of you to continue to support our cultural development and preservation in any way that you can. Your support is truly invaluable. Together, we can continue to make a positive impact that will be felt for generations to come. Thank you, and see you in July.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is with immense pride and excitement that I address you to officially launch the 2024 Tobago Heritage Festival. The Tobago Heritage Festival is not just an event. It is a journey back to our roots. This year's theme, We Come Back. Back to our communities, back to our villages, back to our true indigenous heritage presentations and productions. It captures the true essence of revitalizing the culture and traditions that have shaped our identity for generations. This year marks the 37th successful hosting of the festival, and we are proud to officially dub the month of July as Tobago Heritage Month, a time when our island comes alive with rhythms, flavors, and stories of our ancestors. The festival continues to offer an unparalleled opportunity for economic growth on the island. Every stakeholder, from local artisan and vendor to hospitality businesses and transportation services, stand to benefit. Our vibrant cultural displays will attract visitors, boost tourism, and provide a significant economic uplift to the island. The heart of this festival beats in our communities. We are empowering each village to manage its own productions to ensure authenticity and sustainability. The Tobago Festival Commissions Limited and the Tobago House of Assembly are here to support you, fostering an environment where our heritage can flourish sustainably. As we embark on this journey, let us celebrate the essence of Tobago. Let us honor our heritage and support our communities as we showcase the vibrant culture that makes our island unique. Thank you.
You're viewing Tobago Updates Television, your exclusive gateway to Tobago, broadcasting the beauty of this island paradise to the world.